Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. I'm Evil Mike, and I have another review for you. This is from Marvel Comics, DarkHawk #1, and a love letter to the 90s. Yes, yes, yes. In 1991, Marvel released DarkHawk Volume 1, Issue 1, and the opening tagline was you're about to read the ultimate 90s character. Now this came out of the era of Spider-Man 2099, Scarlet Spider, Deadpool, New Warriors, a ton of cool 90s characters. But me, myself, being a 90s comic book guy, I was a huge DarkHawk fan. I can't say that I necessarily read a lot of DarkHawk, but I always liked his design, the fact that he was friends with Spider-Man. He had a lot going for him. Now, with this new iteration, because this is a brand new DarkHawk, they are restarting the storyline, but the past DarkHawk still exists and is out there. This is written by Higgins, art by Juana Ramirez, colors by Erick, Arciniega, and letters by UC's Travis Lanham, and looks like cover is by Iban, Coello, breakthrough artist from Marvel right now. And I will say I do love this cover. Pretty simple book. It is the origin story of this new DarkHawk. We're following Connor Young, and he is basically a high school student. He is playing basketball in this situation, but he is like the top player on his team. Him and his best friend Erick, who also plays for the same team, the Banshees. But it's just basically like a kind of a regular season game. They end up winning due to Connor making the final shot. We quickly catch up with something that our main character deals with, and he is diagnosed with MS. We can see he is having he's having small episodes as the book goes on, shown here in the purple. They have this at the game. He goes out and gets some fresh breath because he just had this kind of a panic session that he had, an early on sign that he has MS. And he goes outside with Erick, and they find out that in the neighborhood there's 3 masked criminals running around with high-tech weaponry, and they're robbing places. They quickly kind of leave the area and turn a corner. When they do, they run into these 3 guys right here, and the main guy ends up being an ex-basketball player himself, maybe the legend before Connor Young came onto the court. It seems like it's going to be like this bully type situation, but it's not, due to the camaraderie that they're both basketball stars and legends. The new guy kind of quickly tells this story about how he was supposed to be the next big thing, and due to something that happened in college, it just did not happen. So his moment kind of passed him by, and he kind of wishes Connor Young all the best luck and well wishes, because he did recently achieve some scholarships, so he is going to college and he is being scouted for the NBA. They go home, and they quickly they introduce his father, and his father is a huge fan of his son. He's rewatching moments from Connor's basketball game, and he's talking about how Connor needs to be more active on social media. He supposedly has a YouTube profile, and he makes daily vlogs, and Connor has been slipping. Connor takes he's having he says he thinks he's having low blood sugar. He goes out for a run, and he has a huge fall. And if you are not aware of what happens when you have MS, and it's basically kind of like this. You you kind of black out and you fall. It could be like you're carrying a cup and you drop the cup. It is a neurological disorder that affects the brain. So in this situation, he kind of blacks out and hits the ground. He wakes up in the hospital. Of course, since his fall, he did take a big cut across the eye, caused swelling. They find out this is when he is diagnosed with MS, and him and his dad are coming to terms with what that means. What they're going to have to do to change his life. There is this whole conversation about change and how we as humans, it's kind of the next step and our evolution as we continue on this journey that is life, that it's either up to the better human that changes and adapts, or the lesser that kind of that doesn't and gets left behind. They show some home moments where the captain has been informed of the basketball team, but the rest of the team hasn't, including his friend Erick. And his friend Derek stops by, and he's they haven't heard anything about Connor, and it's been like a day. Eventually, Derek is informed of what's entailed about the whole situation. They have many conversations. The coach, the dad, Derek, all over a nice kind of quick dinner of pizza, and the dad is really kind of freaking out, more so about all the new things that they'll have to learn about the disease, the medication timetables, that kind of stuff, but in a good fatherly way. Not really like, but coach and the best friend, they're more like, how's this going to affect, Connor's life and that kind of stuff. And it's going through Connor's head the same way. They show that he does go to school the next day, removing his bandages with his eye all puffed up. He does want to play because they do have a game that coming night now that it's been 2 days. And unfortunately, the school will not let him play. He has to sit out due to his injury. For the whole entire school, since he is this huge mega basketball star on the team, they are really weirded out that he is not participating in the game. And there's a lot of commotion that is going on in the crowd, and Connor can basically hear it all, and it's all derogatory in form, and he kind of juts out and leaves, and needs to get some more fresh air. He takes his father's advice, and he pulled up his YouTube account, and he is making a daily video vlog, and as he does so, he is talking about change and what that entails, and how his life was, everything was leading up to some moment, getting ready for this moment, all his training, his persistence, his patience, and it just doesn't make sense to him, and that's what he's kind of telling his fans, on YouTube and stuff. And at that exact moment, as he explains, about purpose, of course, we see a purple bright flash, fall from the stars and crash land right into a building next to him that explodes, and a bunch of workers are at the docks. He quickly runs over and informs all of them that the way he came is safe, and a bunch of them run off, needing to be rescued. There is a worker that is trapped under some stuff, and he tries to run over to help the worker, and as he does so, his MS kicks in, and in high form fashion, he instantly hits the ground, and he is struggling to actually stay awake at this moment. And right in front of him happens to be the crystal, and if you know anything about DarkHawk physically gets his power from this alien crystal. I am not well versed in DarkHawk, but I know it's something like that. But of course, Connor Young grabs the crystal and transforms into the new iteration of DarkHawk, 2021, baby. He quickly grabs the worker that was trapped under the building debris and flies him off to safety. The worker ends up kind of looking and stunned at the new iteration of DarkHawk, and he kind of makes this reference, man, you look so familiar. He was like, I can't quite put it, maybe it's all the action and everything. DarkHawk quickly tells him that he needs to take off because in the distance there are some other explosions that are all of a sudden going off. The worker does yell at DarkHawk that he finally figured out the name, that it is DarkHawk that he looks like, but he realizes it's not the same DarkHawk that he's used to. DarkHawk does fly off to that explosion, and we do see that it is three masked men with some high-tech weaponry that made the explosion, and they're breaking into somewhere. It looks like an electronics store. We see in a badass supery fashion that DarkHawk makes his entrance and quickly tries to take on the would-be robbers. We do see that Connor Young is athletic and somewhat trained, and he is flipping and flopping around, but this is his first moments as a superhero, and one of the grenades ends up getting him. Looks like he's down for the count, but he is not. He waits for all the gunmen to get close, and he ends up cutting all their weapons with his dark claws, shown right here in this neon purple fashion. The robbers end up running off. They do show that Connor ends up walking home. His dad was really worried because the last he saw, he was at the game, and Connor just disappeared. Connor does tell his dad that everything was okay, that something did happen, but it was, the change has come, and it's something for the better. On the very last page, this might be the moment where, if you're bothered by spoilers, we see that not too far away that the bully that we met in the beginning is the ringleader of this group of criminals, and we see that one of the three people that went up against DarkHawk is, of course, best friend Mr. Derek under the mask, and they are told by their bully leader that they need to go kill DarkHawk, in one form or fashion. So we will have to see what Derek does to take out Mr. DarkHawk, his best friend. They also have this right here, Airspace, done by Higgins, and it is going to be a weekly interview where he interviews different people that are inflicted with the scary MS disease, and it's just basically interviews like this is Brooke Pelczynski who does the interview at the end, but it's just different, like I'll read some, but what is your relationship with comics and art? When did you first get diagnosed with MS? When you meet someone who's never heard of MS, how do you describe it to them? Questions like this, and it was a really good read. I can't say enough. So DarkHawk #1, what are my final thoughts? It was a great first read. I'm looking forward to it. The spoiler at the end was minty fresh. The new iteration, the way he looks, the writing behind it, it's really well done. It's especially for an origin story. It is one that if you are looking for a brand new character to get into, spec-wise, blah blah blah, right there, brand new Marvel character, brand new origin story, all wrapped up in a nice, neat package. Alright guys, that's my review. Like, comment, subscribe. Did you read it? Did you pick it up? Did you pass? Why'd you pass? Why? What? No, I'm playing. Alright guys, I will see you soon. Now that I'm done and this is the last new comic from this week, I am off to tackle other books that I feel like reading and reviewing. Alright guys, love y'all. Bye.